What separates Bleach from the big three? Bro, Bleach, bro. Yo, if you ain't watched Bleach, I don't know what you're doing. I ain't gonna
Bleach
lie.
Rebirth of Souls comes
I ain't
out
gonna
this
lie.
month, so I figured I would make
Bro,
a Bleach video
bro.
specifically
Nigga, yo,
highlighting what
Mitter up, yo, I'm
separates Bleach from
watching
the rest
Bleach
of the
game.
big
What you know
three.
about
Now, I just
Bleach?
got done watching the big three. I
What up,
watched
bro?
Naruto first years ago. I then
What you know
watched
about
One
Bleach,
Piece,
my
and
guy?
lastly, I watched Bleach. They got a lot of similarities.
Come
That
on,
goes
bro.
without saying. Being part of the big three makes you some of the most inspirational pieces of
You
work
gotta tap in
ever.
with
All
Bleach.
three of them are shonen.
You
All
gotta
three
tap
of
in,
them
I'm
are
telling you.
peak. Every time I get the chance, I have to mention that all of them are peak because I always see people on social media, oh, One Piece
No.
sucks, nuh-uh, Naruto sucks, nuh-uh, Bleach sucks. They're
Mitter
all
up, you
great, but
bugging,
now
bro.
that I've watched
You watch anime, Mitter up? I ain't gonna lie, you bugging, bro. You don't watch Bleach? I do. What you watch,
the
bro?
entirety of Naruto sucks, nuh-uh,
What you be
Bleach sucks.
watching?
They're all great, but now that I've watched the entirety of the big three, I feel like
What
I
you be
can
watching,
finally
bro?
determine a favorite. When I watched Naruto for the first time years ago, I said Naruto's the best in the big three. How would I know that? I haven't even watched the entirety of the big three, but now I have, so I can safely and confidently, and I've given it some time, so none of y'all can claim recency bias. I've given it a lot
Yo,
of time.
Villain
I can
Saga
say
is whack. I
Bleach
ain't
is
gonna
my
lie.
favorite in
That
the
do not
big
compare to
three.
Bleach,
You know,
bro.
every anime in the big three has its own individual attributes that
Villain
makes it
Saga,
unique
what?
from one another. I just like Bleach's more, so that's what
Come
I'm going
on,
to talk
bro.
about in this video, the attributes, the aspects of Bleach that make it my
Bleach
favorite
clears
anime of all time.
by
And I
a
think the
milestone.
first, most evident one is the
Swear to
tone
God.
of Bleach. By the time I got to the Soul Society arc, I realized that Bleach is
I know
probably
Villain
the
Saga
most
good, but
serious, and I'm about in this
compared to Villain Saga, bro,
video, the
come on,
attributes,
bro.
the aspects of Bleach that make it my favorite anime of all time. And I think the first, most evident one is the tone of Bleach. By the time I got to the Soul Society arc, I realized that Bleach is probably the most serious anime in the big three and the one that has the darkest tone. And that's not to say that the other
That's a
animes in
fact.
the big three can't get dark at times. They don't tackle dark subject matters, because they definitely do. I would be a fool if I sat here and tried to tell you, oh yeah, Naruto doesn't get dark when Itachi killing his whole family is right there. I would be a fool to tell you One Piece doesn't get dark, even though it's goofy for a majority of it. Dressrosa, Wano,
I could
those
not watch
arcs
One
are
Piece,
dark
bro.
in nature. So every anime in the big
One
three is
Piece.
able to get dark when it has to. Every anime in the big three can shift gears and immediately get into that dark and gritty. But again, by the time I got to the Soul Society arc, I realized this is kind of the norm for Bleach. The other anime in the big three, this is most definitely not the norm. While One Piece can get serious, it can get dark, the majority of One Piece is kind of
I haven't
goofy.
seen.
Same thing goes.
You haven't seen none of the big three? Nah. What? Hey, yo, hold on. Yo, what? Oh, nah, that's a horrible pause, bro. Whoa, hold on, bro. They all seem boring, bro. Watch Dragon Ball. I ain't gonna lie, watch Dragon Ball. Even though that's not the big three, bro, but watch Dragon Ball. You gonna like it, I ain't gonna lie. Or One Piece, bro. Yo, you keep saying no, you block your blessings, bro.
Norm for
You
Bleach.
might not
The
know
other
what you
anime in
going
the
like.
big three, this is
Feel me,
most
bro?
definitely not the norm.
For
While One
real.
Piece can get serious, it can get
I'm gonna
dark.
rewatch Bucci the Rock 3 times. Bro, why you gonna be rewatching the same thing
The
three
majority
times,
of
bro?
One Piece is kind of goofy. Same thing goes for
You
Naruto
watching the
OG.
same thing
It
for
does
what,
get a
bro?
lot darker and a
That's
lot
pause
more
right there, I ain't
serious
gonna
in
lie.
nature when we get to Shippuden.
Don't
But
watch
after
that show.
watching the
Watch
big
this
three,
show.
when it comes to holding and sustaining that
Cause it's
tone for the
peak,
majority of the anime, I think it's Bleach that does it the
bro.
best. Now,
Three
I'm not going to
times.
sit
You
here and
gotta
say,
you
oh yeah,
gotta watch
animes that are
more
serious by
peak, bro.
nature are objectively
There's not
better
only
because,
one peak
you know,
out there.
that's an opinion. That's just my take. It's the reason
Hold on,
nature.
I'm not even paying attention
OG
to this,
get
bro.
dark. The majority of One Piece is kind of goofy. Same thing goes for
This nigga
Naruto
Midorel got
OG.
me.
It does get a lot darker and a lot more serious in nature when we get to Shippuden, but after watching the big three, when it comes to holding and sustaining that tone for the majority of the anime, I think it's Bleach that does it the best. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh yeah, animes that are serious by nature are objectively better because, you know, that's an opinion. That's just my take. It's the reason I gravitate towards animes like Attack on Titan, Made in Abyss, and the anime that we're talking about, Bleach. It's just what I like. If you like animes that are funnier, say like Psyche K, that's perfectly okay. If you like the goofiness of One Piece, I like it too. But when it comes to getting immersed in an anime,
Attack on
the
Titan peak,
tone that is
yeah.
being
I ain't watch
set
Attack on
plays
Titan yet
such a
though.
pivotal role and getting me
I
hooked.
gotta
And
watch that.
Bleach just sets the tone to perfection. But the other thing that sets Bleach apart from the rest of the big three that I want to talk about is the power system. Now, when I was getting into Bleach, I knew basically nothing about the power system itself, which I cannot say for Naruto because I knew about chakra before I started watching it, and I can't say for One Piece either because I knew about devil fruits, but I didn't know about haki. Now, out of the big three, there is one anime that has a power system that is just not up to par with the other two, and that is One Piece. Now, again, this is an objective, but I
Yeah,
have
what is
seen
One
this
Piece
be
power? Like,
kind
it's
of
just devil
agreed
fruits and like,
upon when it comes to the big three. I
I
think
don't
Naruto's
know.
power system is peak, to be honest. I think it's amazing. Same thing with Bleach. When it comes to devil fruits and haki, it's, you know, kind of just mid. But I think out of all the anime in the big three, Bleach has the most nuanced power system. There's so much that goes into the power system of Bleach that it gives characters so much personality. It even gives weapons personalities. I don't know about y'all, but when it comes to
That's
the Bleach
facts.
power system and describing it, the first word that comes to
That's
my
true.
mind is Bankai, which is interesting because it's an
What
amp
a
of a
bro.
weapon, whereas the other two animes, their main power system amps the user, the person. And I know the other two animes kind of experiment with abilities being attributed to weapons, like Zoro's badass,
Bankai.
and I guess Naruto
Come on
has
now.
Tenten,
I'm
guys,
taking
but
Bankai
Bleach
over devil
just
fruit,
does it better.
devil
And I
fruit or
think that's
jutsu
one word safe to say,
all
like, that is
day.
just factually correct. You know, the Naruto kunai is cool, I guess. You know, we've seen it used by a bunch of no-name 10-day contract ninjas, but they don't hold a candle to any of the Zanpakutos and their Bankai in Bleach. We're talking about a power system that is so influential. We're influencing some of the biggest new-gen animes of today, especially
That's a fact.
JJK, which I've
That's a
been watching
fact.
and I've been enjoying, but, you know,
Put
I
some respect
digress.
on Bleach.
Whereas you
Like,
look at
come on,
Naruto,
bro.
and while the chakra system is great, it seems
Niggas
to be an
don't be giving
inspiration
credit,
of
bro.
men from Hunter x Hunter. Then we look at One Piece. I don't want to dog on
Niggas
One
don't
Piece
give
too
credit
hard
when
because
it's
I
due.
love One Piece, but the concept of devil fruits isn't really screaming creativity. And we don't even need to talk about the weaponry because when we talk about the power system as a whole, when Bleach introduces the concept of hollows, Arankars, Soul Reapers, Quincy's, Fullbringers, there's so many ways for somebody
Yeah,
to be
it's a
strong,
whole nother
and falling
world.
under one of those categories not only works as the genesis of their power, but also explains stuff about the character. If somebody in Bleach is in a Arankar, you already know of the arduous process it took them to become an Arankar. This is why I believe Bleach to have the best power system in the big three. It's far more intricate and interesting to learn about than One Piece's power system and even Naruto's power system. And I don't say that lightly because, again, I think it's great. But man, when I think about the big three and I look back at some of the hypest moments in my opinion, we gotta talk about some of the Bankai reveals. When Ichigo first used his Bankai, one of the best moments in Bleach. Rukia's first Bankai, amazing. One of my favorite
That
moments in
Bankai is
Kuto, A Thousand Year
beautiful.
Blood War. All of it is facilitated by the power system, and that's why I think it's the best power system in the big three. But now the third aspect of Bleach that separates it from the other two anime in the big three, Bleach is not afraid to not be a shonen. And what I mean by that is that the other two anime in the big three tend to follow the battle shonen anime archetype throughout the entirety of the show. And while Bleach is majority battle shonen, it's not afraid to deviate at times. For example, the Fullbringer arc. Now, I really love the Fullbringer arc, and reading some of y'all
But that arc
comments,
is
y'all love
underrated,
the
bro.
Fullbringer arc too. And even though the Fullbringer arc does have fights in there,
People
I
be
would say
skipping
that
that
like
arc.
95% the Fullbringer arc is a psychological thriller. For the biggest part of the Fullbringer arc, we are not watching fights. We're not watching good guy versus bad guy. We are watching Kubo create a feeling of eeriness and suspense and seeing how
Tsukishima
it
had
affects
me.
Ichigo mentally, and it is just
That guy gave
amazing.
me
And
the
I
creeps.
love
I
how
ain't gonna
Kubo
lie.
is not afraid to experiment like that when it
I made
comes to Bleach.
Tsukishima.
And while the other anime in the big three do have moments where it strays away from the action, it's not to the extent that Bleach does it. Bleach's ability to alternate between slice of life, thriller, action, mystery, it's so good. Within the big three, there's no other arc like the Fullbringer arc. It's something that Naruto hasn't done, and it's something that One Piece hasn't done yet either. This is all without getting into the Soul Society arc, which I've talked about way too many times, where you do have the action elements at the forefront, but you have a very important subplot being woven in throughout the arc that has nothing to do with fights, nothing to do with action, not until the very end at least. It's just
Yo,
creating
Aizen.
tension and creating a sense of mystery throughout the arc. who killed
Sure.
Aizen. As much as I love the other two anime in the big three, they're not able to thrive in a separate genre like Bleach is able to. At least they haven't shown it, because I know the authors are very capable of writing something like that. Oda and Kishimoto are great writers. It's just something that they haven't
My boy
experimented
Hitsugaya.
with in their animes like Kubo has. Next up, one of the most important differences between Bleach and the other two anime in the big three is the main character's goal. It's the reason I saved it for this late in the video, because it might be one of the most important differences between these three animes. Before I got into Bleach, when I had only watched Naruto and One Piece, I remember seeing a whole slew of people saying Ichigo is a boring main character. He's not that good. Worse
Y'all
than the big
just
three by far. And oh, by the way,
y'all
plus
wanna watch that Sherm Naruto game? Like Naruto just be acting like a kid. Like I can't watch Naruto sometimes, bro.
has no
Cause the way he
goal.
be
And out
acting,
of
bro. My son Ichigo
everything, the thing
mature,
that
bro.
bothers me the most
Like
is
you
when
can
people
relate to
say he
Ichigo, gang.
has no goal. People
For
that say
real.
that, I'm not even sure if they've watched Bleach, but I think I understand why people
Naruto
say that.
Sherm.
And it's because
Like in the
Ichigo's
beginning
goal is not
and
tangible
Shippuden a
like
little.
the other two animes in the big three. You look at Naruto, his goal is to be acknowledged by the people of his village. How does he do that? He becomes the Hokage. That is a tangible thing that he can acquire.
That's facts.
We'll know when Naruto reaches his goal when he becomes the Hokage. Same thing with Luffy. What is his goal? To be free. How does Luffy become free? Become the king of the pirates. We'll know when Luffy reaches his goal because we'll see him become the king of the pirates. But
That's
with
facts.
Ichigo, his goal is to protect his friends, protect the people that he cares about, and protect the people that he loves. But unlike the other two anime in the big three, there is no tangible mark to see when that goal has been reached, because it is a goal that inherently can never end. Ichigo wants to protect his friends. As long as his friends are in danger, Ichigo has something to protect, whereas Naruto has already reached his goal by being acknowledged by the people of his village and becoming Hokage. Luffy will eventually reach his goal by becoming king of the pirates and being free, but unlike the other two, there will never be a point where Ichigo stops protecting his friends. There is no end to that goal, and that's why I believe people don't think he has one, but it doesn't make it any less of a goal, because that has been his goal for every single arc. Soul Society, protect Rukia. Arrancar arc, protect Orihime. Fullbringer arc, protect his friends because he has become powerless. Thousand Year Blood War, protect the world. Yet people will sit there in front of you with a straight face and tell you that Ichigo has no goal. You don't know what you're talking about. If anything, I think Ichigo has the most relatable goal out of any main character in the big three. You know, I relate to Luffy's goal a lot about freedom. I would love to be free, financially speaking. And while Naruto does have a touching backstory to accommodate his goal, I think that Ichigo's goal to protect his friend is as fundamental as you can get. To protect the people you love and care about is relatable to every living being on this planet. It makes Ichigo feel like the most realistic and the most relatable main character in the big three, that he has a goal that is so simple that every one of us have. And Ichigo's relatability is another difference between Bleach and the big three, because I don't think that there is
That's
another
facts.
main character in the big three that reflects a normal person like Ichigo does. Luffy is an amazing main character, and his representation of freedom is
And Naruto
unmatched.
too,
But if
but
we're talking about relatability,
yeah,
Luffy is
relatable.
uncharacteristically stupid. Cartoonishly stupid.
Yeah,
He's also
they both
cartoonishly
had
happy,
Naruto and
cartoonishly
Luffy.
upbeat. And while Luffy's overly charismatic attitude might serve as a beacon for people to be like, I much prefer Ichigo's down-to-earth relatability as a main character. Naruto is also within that relatable ballpark, but the way that Ichigo's mentality is broken down again during the Fullbringer arc, such an underrated arc, is what makes him a tad bit more relatable than Naruto. It's really Ichigo's introspection that makes me love him so much. It took me a while to say that I like Ichigo more than Naruto, but the moment during the Soul Society arc where he has to look within and put his faith in Zangetsu, which he doesn't fully understand at that point, the moments where he loses his power in order to protect his friends, but now that he's lost his power, he has no way to sustain that goal of protecting his friends. While the other characters in the big three might have more ambitious goals, Ichigo is the main character that is written with the most depth. He is the character that is given the most love when it comes to writing, despite having the least flashy goal, I suppose. It's not, oh, become the Hokage, become the king of the pirates. It might not be eye-catching, but you know, it sure is touching to know that his ambition is simply protect the people that he loves. That's why I love Ichigo. That's what I think separates Ichigo from the other MC in the big three. It's why I grew to
Ichigo,
love Bleach.
man.
Now keep in mind, the title of this video is what separates Bleach from the big three, not what makes it better, because you can disagree and that's a-okay. That's 100% fine. I'm just pointing out the differences, and I just like the differences in Bleach more. But thank y'all for watching this far. I appreciate y'all. Sorry this video took so long to come out. I was and still am sick. A subscription would make me feel so stupid. Thank y'all for watching. Take care, everybody. Peace.
Bro, if you ain't watch Bleach, I don't know what you doing with your life, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But watch Bleach, bro. It will change your life, bro.